G'day, your old mate Rogan here. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be talking about sand, more specifically Australian types of sand. So let's get into it, shall we? Now, just a little reminder for the safety of all yous out there when you're, around sand, there are some sands that you should look out for. One of them is what we have here behind us. It might look like an ordinary little hill of sand. You can see the sand there. One thing about this sand is if you look a little bit closer, it's got a little surprise in there for you. Ants. You see these ants here, they're angry little fellas. They're trying to bite me right now. They're not very happy, so some sand, steer clear of it. We'll leave this sand with their rightful owners, the ants, and we'll move on. Have a look at this. Check out what we've got here. Just sitting here in the middle of the Australian outback, we've got playground sand. Now that's one of the things about Australia and its sand, is the quality and the variations in what you can get. Have a look at that. Feel the texture. It's sort of a soft, gravelly sand sort of feel. It smells great too. Let's see what else we can find. Have a look at these beauties here. These are going to one day become some quality sand. Now, one thing that's important to know is that you need to know where sand comes from. And one of the main places it comes from is... Oh, God! Geez, mate, you alright there?
Yeah.
You see, that's another variation of sand. Slippery sand. That's all around the place and can make you slip over. So what I was going to say before was you need to know where the sand comes from. One of the main places that the sand can come from is these fellas here. Have a look at that. That's a rock. Now, about 7 days from now, this is all going to be, what do you think? It's going to be sand. Part of a life choice of some rocks is to become sand. And usually what they do is crumble up, they get really small, and then they're sand. So, it's important to respect the rocks. And remember, one day these rocks are going to be the sand that's maybe on your beach. So, just respect the rocks and the sand that's within them. Now, another thing I wanted to show you was another personal favourite of mine. You see, some sand's in a little bit more of a hidey spot than the other sand. I mean, a lot of sand's just right there on the ground for you to see. Watch it, mate. It's a bit more slippery sand just down there. But this is another one of my favourites, my personal favourites. This one's a little less known. Check this one out. This is grass sand. Now, a lot of people would think that's your regular grass, but it's not. It's grass sand. Feels sort of like grass, sort of is a little bit like grass, but like I was saying, it's sand. You see, here's some regular grass. This is grass sand. Can you see the difference there? It's just another interesting fact that you learned on our show. I've got a couple more things to show you. How is it? Great out here. You know, a few years back, an old man taught me a little trick about the sand in Australia. Come with me and I'll show you. All you got to do is you find yourself a nice twig, just like this one. Oh, wait a minute, just over here. The perfect thing. Follow me through here, be a bit quiet. We're going to sneak up on it. Right through here. See that? Stay behind. Look at this. A big pile of what is it? Sand. Now the trick is, you get your twig and you dig it in there. You get it in nice and good. And what we've got inside of here is a different variation of sand. Get some on there. Have a look at this. And we call this one vampire sand because it stays out of the light because it's inside there. You put that one back, let him have a rest. Move on to another one. Another thing that you might want to know about is full sand. Now, if we have a look down here, we've got this stuff. Now, it looks a lot like sand and feels a lot like sand, but this is not sand at all. It's full sand. It feels sort of a lot like sand actually, but you might be surprised it's not sand at all. So we'll leave this one behind and we won't be fooled. So there you have it. Coming to the end of the day. Night time's going to be coming along soon. And I just can't help but think about all the majestic beauty of the sand around us. Soak that in for a moment. Beautiful, isn't it? Under all of that is sand. Sometimes it makes me feel a little bit upset. But I remember that tomorrow there'll be more sand. For everyone. For all of us. There's always going to be some more sand. Anyway, can't get too upset about it because the sand is going to sleep now. We've got to let it have its rest and move on. There'll be sand underneath my bed tonight. I know what you're thinking. We forgot one, didn't we? Of course, we couldn't finish the show off without talking about the most iconic and well-known of all sands in Australia. I keep a handful of it right here in my pocket at all times. Dirt. The most commonly well-known of all sands to Australia. Have a look how beautifully that rolls off my hand just there. Isn't that lovely? One of the things about dirt is that it can be both soft and hard at the same time. There's a lot of soft consistencies, a lot of hard consistencies, and it's in abundance. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you had fun with us and learnt a lot on our show all about sand. We covered a lot of different topics, and I had a lot of fun personally. Now, if you did like this show, make sure you tune in next week. My co-host is going to be taking you on another journey around Australia to learn about another very interesting topic, and that one is wind. We're going to be learning all about the different kinds of wind that are around Australia. All right, well, I'm at my house now, and I've got my beautiful sand bed here, and this is me saying good night, Australia.